Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, comment on the video. Today, we're talking about something a little bit different. We're going to talk about the fall off of Monster Hunter Wilds. Yes, indeed. Um, so how do you go from 1.3 million at an all-time peak to 12,714? I'll tell you how. Performance issues, lack of content, and quality of content. Three things of which have been incredibly depressing, right? So, firstly, um, the game's performance issues have been the talk of the town from since the fucking game came out, right? It's been an absolute fucking nightmare, right? Um, let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna grab us some music here. We gonna get legit with this. Gaming music copy free. All right, so here's the deal. Monster Hunter Wilds has been one of the biggest disappointments so far in the Monster Hunter franchise in general. Um, the game is coming off of the coattails of Monster Hunter World, if we're being honest, right? Because Rise, nobody gave a shit about, and rightfully so. That game's ass. Um, so everybody's coming off of Worlds, right? And even when like a lot of the Wilds promotional stuff was going, Worlds was insanely talked about pretty much the entire time. Actually, let's look at Monster Hunter Worlds right now. Monster Hunter World. So, Monster Hunter Worlds is still fairly close to Monster Hunter Wilds, and this game's been out for I don't know how long now, which is kind of fucking hilarious to me. That's even close to relevant. Um, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Wilds. I believe the quality, let's see, release date 2018. 2018, and it's relative to the most recent game. So as you can see right there, 2018. That's insane. That's ridiculous. That shouldn't be happening. So obviously performance was the biggest killer for this game, I think. The performance was a massive issue, and it still is a massive issue. And they were very upfront about it, that they rushed the game out in order to get it to a PC audience because got to make the quarterly bullshit. Do I take that? Do I take that excuse? Yes, I do believe shareholders. Obviously, if they put your thumb on your fucking neck, you're gonna have to fucking capitulate to them, right? Um, do I believe that DLC should have been a priority though? No. I do believe that DLC should have been their last priority, and they should have went in and optimized the game first, and then put out several patches. I think players would have been totally accepting of that. Um, I also think one of the biggest killers for this game, because people are coming off of Monster Hunter World, and there is so much to do with like Iceborne, and there's a ton of in-game content that'll keep you busy for hours. Wilds left a lot to be desired. There was like two armors that you could get. All of the new DLC monsters have been less than rarity 8 armors, which I think is absolute garbage. Um, in the future, I think Capcom needs to have all the armors available at a rarity 8 level, just on like a harder monster difficulty, right? Um, Having like tempered monsters, and that's arc tempered monsters, I think is excellent essentially making the game have end-game content without having to add content to the game, right? Because you already have the monsters there. Just soup them the fuck up and then send them out and let us fucking use our meta builds to fucking kill them fucking things. Or not. Or not. If it's something like a Chatacabra or something like that, you don't really need a meta build, even at its worst difficulty, to beat it. Like, it's whatever. Um, so I guess I don't get it. Knowing that you're coming off of Worlds, if you're Capcom, you know you have to deliver on this next game, which it did. It did deliver. It had a lot of hype going into it. 1.3 million players at the all-time peak. So there's a lot of elements to this. Do I think? So the real question becomes: do I think they can recover? No, I don't. I think people are done with it. I think having Street Fighter or whatever the fucking bullshit fucking fighting game collab shit that they had, I think that's ass. I think they should have used a massive IP to help boost them. Could you imagine if Monster Hunter Wilds did a Elden Ring collaboration? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You know how insane that would go? That would be fucking nuts. Now, notoriously, they don't really like branch out that much. But I do think that would have been like next fucking level. Do you imagine running around? It's like some fucking let's see, like what would be a good skin? Melania. Running around as Melania, fucking killing monsters with a long sword that looks like her fucking sword. That'd be insane. Oh my god, that would go so hard, bro. That'd go hard. I think that's what they're missing though. I think they need to stop using these fucking IPs that like are very niche audiences now and start using like majorly popular IPs like a cyberpunk fucking like if they used a cyberpunk collaboration, which I do know that there is a cyber-esque skin in the game now, but if they did a full-on cyberpunk 2077 collab where you could have like a crazy like cybered out fucking version of yourself and shit, it would be kind of sick, dude. It would go hard. I'm gonna be honest, dude. But yeah, I do think that is also kind of limiting, right? So we've covered several elements from bad starts to overall bad gameplay, just on a performance perspective, because the gameplay itself is fine. I have no qualms with that. It's mainly the performance of it that is causing the issues. So performance, the biggest issue. Second biggest issue for me is no end game content. I need shit to grind for while I'm waiting for your fucking DLCs to come out, right? And when you put out new monsters to fight and farm, when you get a rarity 6 or 7 armor out of it, it feels like fucking dick. Because I want to use this shit to go fight fucking Zoshia, right? But I won't because I feel incredibly squishy. Because even when you have the armor augmented and it's fucking maxed out, it's still not as good as a fucking Arkveld fucking rarity 8 armor. It's just not good. It's just not good. Stat wise, terrible. So that's why you need to have much more like rarity 8 available armors at the base end game. So people have stuff to continue to grind and play for and upgrade while you continue to bring them new DLC, which brings then more rarity 8 armors. That's an easy loop to keep people involved until you drop the major like Iceborne level DLC, which completely shifts everything around. You get more 6, 7, 8 armors, right? Same thing as Iceborne did. I think that's the way you have to do it. That's the way you have to do it. Otherwise, you end up with this, where people get tired of the game. There's nothing going on. Like me and my brother, we fucking grinded the shit out of this game, and now we don't play it anymore. And then we played Night Rain for a bit, and then we fell off of Night Rain same way. It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, there's nothing to keep me here. You know, I'm playing fucking gotcha games. That's how bored I am with gaming right now. The last like insanely good game that I played was Expedition 33. Like, I'm playing gotcha games to pass the time. I'm playing Uma Musume Pretty Derby right now. I'm playing Wuthering Waves. I'm playing Snowbreak, which I have all downloaded just to kind of pass the time until like the next like major game like I'm super wanting to play, which actually, funny enough, the open beta starts tomorrow. Battlefield 6, baby. I'm gonna give that a shot. I'm excited for that. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, I don't know. That's my little rant for the failure that is Monster Hunter Wilds, that had over 1 million players and did not capitalize at all. Such a shame. But, you know, like, comment, subscribe. That's it for this video. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.